9
10
years
Hey,
old. Reunited and it feels so good. When was the last? Oh, I guess we recorded last week.
Girl, ain't been nothing but a...
Been 2 days. You like, girl, I just saw you. It just feels so long when you're not.
It does.
Here.
I was like, podcast? What is a podcast? How do you do podcast?
You was too busy making money, honey.
Yeah, we finally opened up. We opened on Thanksgiving Day. We're in
What did you open? Who's we?
The Sable Collective at the Christmas Village in Philadelphia in Love Park. Come true. We're going to be open all day, every day, until
actually a
Christmas Eve.
That's terrible.
It's a grind. But I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of the setup. I'm proud of the items
beautiful.
That we have. It's been quite the evolution. I looked at
and
pictures
your branding, honey.
Branding?
That marketing campaign of you dressed as Santa. I said, oh, now she should have never did this because now I'd be like, what are we doing for a Around the Way girl? Mandy was like, that was so. Bridget was like, that was so cute. Shati is so cute. Aww. I loved it. It was adorable.
It was fun. It was not fun. That was a lot of work. But yes, it's open. Come visit. If you can't visit, shop online. Help me get ROI, return on investment. Please.
I know that's right.
I beg of you all. I felt that in my spirit. The necessity of the return on investment.
I was like, what did you feel?
I was going to refer to the interview, but then that would totally be my past self talking to my future self anyway. But I've been good. I don't feel as stressed, actually. Last year, when I reflect on this time last year, I was not well, and I feel much better, and I'm really proud of myself, and yeah.
I love that for you.
Just doing the damn things.
Every year it's going to get easier and easier because it's just practice.
It's just practice. That's all it is. And unfortunately, for everybody, the process is slow. People want things to be fast. And I know we all want to be perfect. We want to have things a certain way. It's a slow process, but it's happening. It's happening. You can always look back and be like, wow, I did that. We did that. We're doing that.
Don't. I love that for you. What else is crack-a-lacking? I see an update here.
So I got bombarded with a bunch of texts from my mom, and I was like, what is this? She's sending me a bunch of videos. She's like, this is reminding me, I didn't know these things when I was younger. He's making so much sense of what happened to me in the past. And I look at these links, and she's sending me repeated videos of Kevin Samuels. My mom likes the most toxic, problematic black men. She loves Steve Harvey, and apparently she loves Kevin Samuels.
Does she like Dr. Umar?
I'm going to respond. She probably would. She actually would love Dr. Umar.
You better respond with Dr. Umar videos. No, get it going.
But we're going to start battling. I'm going to send her Dr. Umar or Bell Hooks. Like somebody that's
She'll hate Bell Hooks. She's going to be like, what?
What is this?
Feminism. Boo. Meanwhile, she's the most feminist woman I know.
Well, mom's highly problematic. I keep that from everybody on the podcast because
I love that she loves Kevin Samuels so much.
But she's like, he's talking that good stuff, and it's just so interesting how her encouragement is always slathered in shame. It is her way of like wanting to make you do good, be good is always just stinks of shame.
Oh, that's not funny.
I just got like, no, mother shaming you.
No, at first,
entire life.
It was the way you said it, slathered in shame.
It is. I'm like, and then it made me feel bad. You like? I think I'm doing okay. I think everything's okay. I think
you're doing a great job.
She was like, No,
Kevin Samuel said, "You are not a high quality woman. Here's how you get there."
What are you doing for these men? Huh? You think you want
Oh my
to
God. No, Jesus.
get everything from them? Or her biggest fear is just the fact that you don't have a man. Like, you don't have a man?
Oh,
my God.
Every time I see her, she goes, "Hey, what's going on in New York?"
You asked her, flip it on her. Say, what's going on with you?
I
Where you been at?
What's up with you? Where you been at? Huh?
It's getting a little dire for you, though.
My heyday. I had my time. That's what she gonna say. And she'll be like, "This is my goddamn house. Get out." You already know. That's her fan. This is my goddamn house. I'm like, say less. You're right. I apologize. Whew. I'm just happy you're back. That's my first update. Yeah. I'm just happy to have you. I want to big shout out to Black for coming on and carrying on with
apparently me. Dropping them gems like only he can. Hitting the people in the heart chakra.
Listen, we didn't even scratch the surface of that dude. Don't make me bring it back and have him really start talking his shit. He was like, we're on a floating rock. All of this is absurd. I was right. You are the way that you and him are so similar. It makes me sick.
Crazy.
Anyway, you would be proud of me. I just threw my Thanksgiving food away. Oh. I'm standing by my hot take of Thanksgiving food is not real food because it's not fuel. And that's not food that you should give to people you love.
I agree too. I feel mine out as well. Shout out to
you. Did? You threw yours out from Friendsgiving?
Yeah, I was like, I'm tired of these tastes.
Horrible.
Tired of tasting the same tastes.
Ugh. Too much. I had another. I have a confession to make.
Come on, Asha, let's go.
You gonna get irritated with me. The first thing I did when I came back to New York was go and get my nails done. Do you see my nails?
They look beautiful.
These are my nails.
Nails.
And they're dip powder.
Yes. I love it.
And I know I gave you shit about the dip powder. But girl, look.
Shut up, Antoinette.
I know. Wow, look at my nails. I'm a little irritated because my nails were much longer than this, and she cut them this short, and I was confused as to why she did that.
Will mine never grow back?
Let me see you come closer.
My nails are.
Hey, girl, let me come closer.
Look at my nails, y'all. I'm gonna bring my hot girl for my birthday. I'm gonna start it again. But you know what? Getting your nails done is actually terrible for your actual nails, and I had to let them recover. So now I have a fresh bed to ruin all.
They told me that gel powder is not because they're gonna.
Antoinette, they're lying to you, and it's okay.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had another update. What was the update? Oh, I was on See the Thing Is this week.
Yes, with the girls.
With the girls. It came out on Tuesday. It's tricky because we're recording this on Monday, but it's not going to come out until Thursday. So do you see how I did that there? Yeah, so check it out. We had a good old time. I missed my girlfriends. It was my first time recording with fiance Bridget Kelly. I love that for her. She had her ring on. She kept gesturing too. She always gestures.
Girl, put your hand down. Girl, shut up.
She was watching. Shut up, hater. She was watching me. It was like bing, bing. And I kept getting distracted looking at her ring. And
congratulations, Bridget. That is fabulous.
Mandy's little cute self. She is just anytime I'm standing next to, they look so good. She was talking to me and then she smiled real bright in a way that I've never seen her smile. And she wasn't doing it purposely to show her teeth, but you just saw the confidence. Like her smile, she didn't, you know how like somebody pulls their punches?
Yeah.
Like some people pull their smile because they're self-conscious. Is that how you say it? Self-conscious about their teeth. Her teeth look beautiful.
Shiny,
they look beautiful.
Shiny.
She introduced herself as, instead of Mandy B, Oral B. She's just a silly little thing, and she's happy, and you can see it on her.
You can feel it on her.
You can feel it on her. She's also in a relationship that makes her very happy, and I think it's going better. So it just brings me joy to see that, to feel that. And I felt it. I really did.
I'm coming up there. I want to see everybody. If y'all listening, I want to see everybody.
That means you got to stay over.
What?
You staying over?
Yeah.
Why
we
you
had
get
this
quiet?
conversation.
You never told me that you were staying here.
You said, "Are you staying over?" Yesterday, you asked me.
And then you said, "I gotta let you know."
Oh.
You never let me.
I would have to if we're gonna hang out in the nighttime.
Are we hanging out? Because if they come to the holiday bazaar, which the holiday bazaar, what's that?
After the party is we can't sing that song. I apologize.
Why? What happened to that song?
Can't
Is
sing R. Kelly.
Song?
After the party is the hotel
don't
lobby.
Don't sing it. What are you doing? What is the holiday bazaar?
The Holiday Bazaar is a curation by Miss Renae Bluitt, who will tell us more about it in a couple of minutes. But it's 43 of the most tasteful Black woman-owned businesses, some of which you are very familiar and excited by, like Mess in a Bottle, Hopefully Disabled Collective. They're going to be showing up at the Mezzanine in Manhattan. I don't know where that is located.
Manhattan, I believe.
In Manhattan. And it's fly. Like, don't come stumbling in there.
No, don't do that.
Looking raggedy. Talking about you looking for a Christmas. You need to come up ready for a show.
They're going to have tastings. There's going to be a DJ. Last time I went, there was a beautiful human walking around.
They're going to have fine men. And they're going to have really good products. Like, really dope vendors.
And fine-ass women.
And we're going to be there. So, basically, it's a what's it called? Meet and greet.
It's not a meet and greet.
It's actually Around the Way Curls meet and greet.
Somebody gonna come there and fuck us up. Matter of fact, it's gonna be the girl that didn't like my peas. She gonna be, you was talking about me. Boyaka. What? That's a shame. Anyway, I'm excited. I get to see you 2 weekends in a row.
Girl.
And then I hope to get to see you after that, because then it's your birthday and we haven't even discussed it. Oh. You said nothing. Am I not seeing you? It doesn't have to be on your actual birthday. So much
pressure and I might explode.
Okay. Okay. It's supposed to be fun. I'm gonna start putting more pressure on you. I'm gonna plan some shit and start telling you how your hair is supposed to be, what shoes.
I need help with that.
Did I ever tell the people this? That for my birthday, you made me buy like 6 pairs of shoes.
I did not, Antoinette.
Yes, you did. And
nobody makes anybody do anything. And the fact that you are going to project onto me your desire to look right for the event.
It was you. Y'all, Shanti, you were sending me different ponytails.
Did you look good?
You were dropping.
Now, if you look raggedy, then that would have been a shame. But you look good.
You were
showstopper. Magnificent.
Right. Thank you. And I can't wait. I'm gonna figure something out. Or do you want to wait on this and then we celebrate your birthday at Beyonce's tour?
Whatever. Y'all, that's what y'all always do. Yeah, we're gonna celebrate it later.
You got a real inconvenient birthday. We're gonna celebrate your birthday. Anyway, we have calls. Favorite part of the week. Even though we have voicemails, the last episode, you have to forgive also, y'all. You have to forgive Black. He doesn't know shit about pop culture, really, so that's why we didn't talk about that. And why would we talk about that with him? But also, he wanted to hold his new fancy mic, and I'm testing this mic out right now. So Shanti's on our old mic. I'm on our new mic. We're trying to elevate. And so we're going to see what the difference is in the microphones. But he was, unfortunately, holding his mic like he was Ghostface Killer. And every time he made the slightest of movements, all you heard was,
oh, that's annoying.
Oh, it's giving you, what is that? ASMR.
ASMR. Huh? I love an ASMR, though. Ooh, we need to do a chicken wing ASMR.
Can you hear that? Anyway, so we're getting it together. But we're going to see what's hitting with these mics. But first and foremost, before we do all that, we're going to get into these voicemails. And we have a couple of them. So let's dive right in.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Antoinette and Shanti. So, I'm actually up to date in all the episodes as of right now, but I've been waiting with bated breath for a response to episode 214, Do I Still Know How to Ride? So, this is actually for the Around the Way Curls community. You ain't telling me that not one of y'all has some advice for me, Antoinette. I really feel like not one of y'all hot girls got something to say. advise us, help us out. I'm asking for assistance. I am. I want to bag a nigga with consent.
That's right.
I need guidance too. Anyway, love the podcast. Love you guys. Antoinette, sending much love to your mom. Hope everything is turning out well. And happy holidays, I guess. All right, bye, y'all.
You know what? Thank you. My mother is doing well. My mother will be horrified if she ever listens to that episode. She's doing much better. Listen, nobody did call in with any advice. I realized.
What was the question? What was the inquiry? How do you ride?
All the questions. How do you send the text? How do you send the hi? I'd like to possibly have relations with you again, maybe, please. How do you send that text? It was that. It was how do you tell somebody that it wasn't great?
She sound like she want to know how to ride, though.
Bro.
Ride.
Well, if you want to know how to ride, stay tuned on Patreon. I might hop on a pillow eventually and let you know. No, I'm dead at. So this is an update for you, Shanti. I was researching those classes, and I want us to take one. I think it would be so much fun. You want to
ride and pillow? The one are they pillows that lie next to you, or are they actual men?
So this one that I found, there is a man, and so he's up front with the teacher, and it's optional to bring a man or to bring a pillow. So you can have your pillow, or I think that there are moments where you can like go to the front. I'm sure in like as like the final part of class, go up to the front and like practice on the guy.
Let's do it.
Do you want to do it? Because I really would. I think it would be so much fun.
Yeah.
And
let me say something. What you should be practicing, young queen, is arching your back. You should be doing stretching.
Let me say something. My back arches.
I'm not talking about you.
I apologize.
You have to go and stretch your back out because you want to have mobility in your lower half. So if your back is really stiff, then you're going to give a stiff ride. You're not going to get the mobility that you need. All right?
But she said she wanted to bag a guy. I don't think that you should want to bag somebody using your sex skills.
Girl, we are confused. I am
Girl,
confused.
call back and let us know that how to answer.
What's the specific question that you want the community to answer?
Because how to get a guy, we can't answer that. So, wrong podcast. Ask Bridget Kelly. She is engaged. Ask Mandy B. I've seen her do it. You just got to be confident. You just got to be like, what's up? Intoxicated Shanti can do it. What's up with you?
If I wanted to.
Oh, talk your shit, queen. All right, moving right along.
Jump on it.
Hi, Shanti. Hi, Antoinette. This is AD. I've called before, but I just wanted to tell you guys that on Thanksgiving, I listened to Practicing Gratitude. I decided to stay home by myself, not be around anyone, just to kind of, just be in my own presence, make some tacos, just did my own thing. And to have spent part of my day in my solitude listening to you all felt very comforting. And I'm so grateful for the work that you guys do. We all appreciate you. And I just want to tell you guys that I was happy to have spent part of my Thanksgiving with y'all. I hope that you guys had a great holiday and continue to do the work that you guys are doing so well at. We love you.
Oh my God.
Speaking life into my life, my soul, my purpose.
That was really nice. I love that though. I love the idea too of like sitting in gratitude doesn't mean that you have to go do things that you don't want to do. Like she just said, I need to be alone and I need to rest and restore. I love that. And I'm honored that we were a part of that. Oh, thank you, AD. She also has the sweetest voice, right?
Angel
Sounds like a
Baby.
baby. All right. Here's another one.
Hey, I'm E. I listen to y'all's podcast all the time, and I thought I just finished listening to the Thanksgiving podcast, and I wanted to add something to the whole Kelly Rowland interview conversation. First and foremost, I think it's quite interesting that question that he asked Kelly in terms of how she feels to be next to Beyonce would never be asked to a man. Let's just clear that up. I don't know what it is that society's drive to compare women and to push women into this position, this difficult position of comparing themselves. But I think that was unfair of him to do. And I love the way Kelly answered it because I feel like she basically pointed out, hey, your light is dim as hell for asking me that. Mm-hmm. That interview was supposed to be about her, and he asked her about Beyonce. He asked her a question that probably been asked her 20,000 times. So I think he did a really bad job interviewing her. Regardless of what his intent was, it was bad. But I do think it's interesting to say that women were oftentimes put in that position. And I know, Antoinette, you mentioned that you, like, sometimes feel that with certain, or like you and your sister felt like she had to dim her light or some way. I think it's interesting how, as women, we're in this consistent state of either being worried that we're outshining our friends or we're upset that our friends are outshining us. And I don't like that. I try to stay away from people like that, but I think it's worth a topic to discuss the mindset of that for women. So yeah, that's it. I also want to point out, Santi, being a Jew is a religion. It's not like being Black. Just want to point that out. Love y'all to death. We'll continue to listen to y'all. Thanks y'all so much for always providing really great content. Bye.
I don't think that's true. I'm going to push right back.
I love you so much. We still don't have our expert, and I forgot to reach out to the lady. But on the Kelly Rowland, I think she hit the nail on the head with the Kelly Rowland thing. She's right. I feel, I think that there's comparison. Yeah, I think there's sometimes a comparison, but not in the same way. Like, we just let it go. Like, even what's his face, he talked about Andre and Big Boy. But I think the difference is you don't say with Andre and Big Boy, oh, you know, not only is Andre more talented than you, but he's also more beautiful. You know, he's also sexier. He's also a hunk. Like, nobody says that. But with women, it's like, you're standing next to the biggest light in the galaxy and she's beautiful. But you know, it's that kind of vibe. It's very interesting. But also that's what all the marketing is that, you know, you're not enough. You got to outdo all of the other women in order to make it. There's enough for everybody. Is there?
Is there?
Do you have anything to add? Irritating thing?
No. No, I think that's a great conversation to have, especially like how to nip that in the bud with young people, like how that is planted in young people and how to nip it in the bud for boys and for those that identify as boy and girl.
Can you write that down on our shared note? I think that's a good topic.
Notes.
All right. Oh, sorry, y'all. Soundscapes of Brooklyn. One moment. All right, we have another one. Ready, set, play.
Hello, ladies. It is I calling from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm not going to leave my name just because of what I'm going to say, and it's going to sound really fucking weird. Or it might not sound weird, but I'm worried that later it'll come back to haunt me, so I won't say my name. But I am a long-time listener, first-time caller. Just wanted to know, first I want to say I love you both, Shanti and Antoinette. Y'all are so great. Oh my gosh, and I love your accents. And I love when y'all do that. I don't know what you're saying because I'm not from up there, but I really like that at the beginning. I gave you all those compliments at first, but I wanted to speak very briefly with the both of you about your obsession with my husband's Jonathan Majors. Now, I deeply respect these beautiful black women. And you know what? In the game of loving the Lord, make the best man. Honestly, listening to y'all talk about my husband, I mean, after I got over the initial shock and incredible uncomfortability about my potential competition, I just realized I need to get in the gym. And as soon as I get in the gym, it's on. So I just want to let y'all know the Matrix Hive is out here. I also want to note that when Lovecraft Country came out, I didn't hear all of this talk from the girls about how fine he was, and then y'all seen the Creed 3 trailer, and now all of a sudden everybody's on him. And I'm noting that. I've been on him since the jump. Period. But I love it. Maybe we could like swap. We could do a sister wives thing. I think he would be really great as sister wives. So just let me know what you're saying. Y'all have a good one.
First of all, no. Girl, that's not even true. We were on Jonathan Majors for Lovecraft. Don't you remember that Patreon where I was literally playing the sex scene and breaking it down? You were on him since Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yes.
So I got to give you that. You're the one that told me about him.
Say the drama for your mom, all right? And we're having trouble right now. He and I are having trouble, and I'm coming around. People are really sending me a lot of things. We're working it out. I'm trying to deal with my own biases and hypocrisy.
Biases. Is it biases or biases?
Biasi. As well as my,
Wait, it just got tricky.
As well as my projection. And y'all keep DMing and sending me notes and being like, especially men. It's a lot of black men that are like, love y'all, but Shanti, you got this is fucked up. You, of all people, we still doing this in 2022. Yes.
Really?
Yes. And I know that it doesn't make sense. And I can stand 10 toes down in my...
Oh, they talking about you being mad that he's dating...
Yeah.
First of all, is he dating a white woman? We just made that up. Just because he was seen with one white woman. Is he with anyone? Oh my God.
Come on.
Y'all not messing this up for me. I'll tell you that right now.
Apparently he has this new interview out. I got to watch it.
What new interview?
He has some new interview out there. Everybody keeps saying
he has so many new interviews out. I believe that he has an interview, yes, on Higher Learning with Van Lathan and Rachel Lindsay.
Rachel Lindsay? Terrible name. Sorry.
Don't disparage that black woman you don't know. Don't do it. See? That was anti-black.
Two first names. Rachel Lindsay. Why? Why did do it? Why did choose that for her?
That's what they wanted. Maybe that's not even her real name. Maybe that's her stage name. But apparently he's on there talking about his Southern upbringing, honey.
Texas.
Ooh, child, that man.
You think he would grab you on a dance floor?
Yes.
No, he wouldn't. I don't think so. I don't think he's giving that energy.
Oh, I do. You don't see his hands? You didn't see?
I didn't. Just because you got nice. There's a lot of beautiful hands that are.
He might not grab you. He's a come here dude. Once he knows he's in, he's a come here.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think shit changed real quick with him. Like,
I think he's. No,
you didn't see him getting ready with what was that? Was it Vogue or GQ? When he got up and he was filming. What was the cowboy movie? What was that movie? The one on Netflix.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get that. I don't get
the
that.
harder
And that's
they
not
fall.
a bad thing. And that's not the only way a man can exist. But
the way that you just hated on him ever since you became queer.
I'm not hating on him. I just don't think that that's the energy. I think he's probably a great lover and great like handler, but I don't think he's like, come here.
Who do you think is come here?
I don't know. My mind doesn't work that fast. Create a list of who's a come here.
I think he's come here, honey. Come here. Also, the sister wives thing. I don't know. I don't know if he's into that. It's a possibility.
He says you guys' hair is kinky. Yuck. Yucky.
No, he does. All right, that's enough. Stop playing. Like, you've literally ruined him for us.
Ew.
Like, you're not shooting for the stars. This podcast needs to get. You're not. You used to say stuff like, "Oh, I know that we're one day going to be in the same room as him. I can feel it." How are we going to be in the same room as this man? And this is what you're saying. How?
I did.
You
Listen,
ruined it
going
for us.
through
We
something
could never get
you
an interview
just
with him.
You might could still do it, but
How would
you
we get an
probably
interview
won't.
with him?
I know. It would be great because the tension would be thick. It would be like everybody would tune in for this
Your
interview.
yucky hair. It's like, all right.
Thick like the hair I can't put my big, massive hands through. Yeah.
That's not funny. That's not how it is. His daughter looks.
I need it to be silky, soft.
No, he's never.
So I can
Stop.
yank it.
I'm gonna listen to that episode.
You guys
I'm gonna
are
listen
boring.
to his interview, and I'm gonna watch him on The View and objectify him. But anyway,
Yeah, he has so much coming down the pipeline. Like he's about to be
Oh
a
my
mega star. He's about to be
he's the new villain in Marvel. He's it.
like
I've been saying this.
nigga is about to get money. You know he ain't dating a black woman. Damn.
That's not true. Look at Ryan Coogler. Happy.
Because she held him down. He know better, fuck better.
Is she the one that bought him the system?
Listen, he
but
know
to
better.
start editing. He said, "Let me stay with my queen
This is how Ryan
forever."
Coogler talks. Speaking
I
of
like
which,
him. I think he's cute.
he is cute. His little mumbling
He's
self,
cute.
West
Ooh.
Coast. Ooh,
Child.
see, Look.
He's come here.
sorry to his wife.
Ryan is definitely telling his wife, "Yo, come here, yo."
Come here, yo, so I can. But the way he talks like this makes it kind of complicated to be aroused.
Let's pause.
First of all,
Oh.
you need to go see the Black Panther. Numero uno. Shame on you.
I'm sorry, my mom was just having a health crisis, and I wasn't able to leave her side to go see it. Shame on
Putting that
you.
up.
Shame on you. I can't wait to bring that every chance I get. How y'all not gonna like my peas? My mother was having a health crisis. Shame. I didn't upload the Patreon episode. My mother was having a health crisis. Shame on you. This is a free podcast. I'm sick of myself. If you don't buy a fucking ring light, I swear to God, I'm buying one. Well, today is Cyber Monday. Buy the ring light, Shani. I need to buy a new ring light because the one that I replaced our old one with sucks. I don't like this one. It's not bright enough. All right, that's it. Thank you. We are going to take a break. If you're on Patreon, all you can see is Shanti's light going out every 5 seconds. I'm shipping a ring light to your house today. Anyway.
Not my house though. It might get stole.
All right, send me the studio address. Cannot wait to come back with our very special guest who is so dope and would never have this rambling on any of her
Or have her light go up. Well,
or have her light go out. All right. After these messages, we'll be right back. Boop. Pause. That's it. This ring light is flaccid, though. I hope this mic works. I'm scared. You don't like the shape of my nails?
oh, great. I need to get my nails done.
Come close. Let me see
I
them.
have an opportunity to do such a
Don't
thing.
you like how my eyelashes grew?
Yeah, girl, you over there blinking. I call you blinking.
I got them caterpillars on, child.
How long do they last?
What?
Oh,
That's it. Because they were itching. I only did that because I told you, Mandy was like, "Oh, can you wear Nike? We have a Nike." Look at the difference.
you look like a human.
I hate it. I'm supposed to look like a filter and a doll. You ain't
That's
know?
what I was looking at when you did the video. I said, "Does she have that eyelash filter on?" I said, "Oh no, she got her eyelashes done."
And you know what's crazy? All the little boys that got a crush on me all wrote was like, "Damn, you look good." I'm like, see, they getting hoodwinked. You know? They out here thinking this is the real thing.
They think that this is real. They think this out of proportion.
They think this is reality. They think this is reality. They like, if this ain't there, then something's wrong.
What is actually good with them?
They stupid. How could they know? They're not stupid. How could they know otherwise? How could they know? How could they know? Fake butts, fake hair, fake nails, fake lashes, fake skin. Also, I might get Botox. The way
I'm trying to get my teeth whitened. I think that's what I'm gonna do for my
that's
birthday.
not gonna work. My dentist told me all about it. Come close. See these things on my teeth? How it's like whiter in some spots than other spots?
Yeah.
So when you whiten your teeth, it's never gonna even out. They will always be whiter.
But I don't have those on my teeth.
Excuse me?
I don't have that on my teeth.
You don't?
No. But I'm gonna get them whitened anyway. I don't care if it don't last. Nothing lasts. These bodies don't last.
Don't say that.
What?
They're on a lease. Where it's a lease on. What did Black say? He said, every day we try to renegotiate our lease on life. Child.
So how he spending? I gotta listen to that. How he spending his time? Yeah, here.
You should listen to it. Because I can't really. What I realize is that in the moment, it makes complete sense to me. And then I can't tell you, I can't put to words what these people
He had said something about
basically being purposeful and intentional. In summary. But the way he said
we going to riding dick classes. Because what we gonna do is make it count. Memorable. Intentional. Purposeful. Paying for it.
Matter of fact, it's Black Friday. I'm finna go online and buy them dicks now.
Scary dick.
You know what?
Yeah, but I got carpet. Like
no, put it on the wall.
No.
Girl,
you walk in and be backing it up
everywhere in the house.
No, but if it would be anywhere else, like it's out in the
bathroom.
Yeah, internet. What a sight! What a sight to see.
Bathroom. You never had sex in your bathroom? Grow up.
By myself?
If you have sex with somebody else in the bathroom, you should be able to have sex with yourself.
Have you seen my bathroom, bro?
I've been in your bathroom.
It's not very big. It's very small. It's a very small bathroom.
Let me see how small it is.
It's so small. Like,
what about the hallway?
No
hallway does not have.
But that's like scrambling kind of energy.
Your child is not there all the time. You realize that? Why is that strange? I truly don't understand.
It just feels
you feel like you have to have sex in your bedroom?
No, I want it to be comfortable. I want it to be my space. I don't want to be in a hallway.
It's not a public hallway. It's the hallway of your own private apartment residence.
It's not. It's making me flaccid. And if I put it against the wall, that ain't, that's just not even
you can only back. Yeah, you want to ride it.
Could you imagine me backing it up?
Let me tell you how. I lived with somebody who had one on his wall, and I was like, all right.
And backed it up on there.
And would be in there backing it up on the wall. I'm backing it. I'm like, do your thing, King. That's what
I love it. And I wish on the next podcast I have to apologize to all the people. Some people did not like the way that we felt that we shamed and like made them feel bad about
what?
About the booty licking.
That's nasty. I don't give a fuck. I'll double down. Who had a problem with it? Who? That's gross.
Internet, that's not how you're do
fucking
that.
And I didn't say that. No, first of all, no, you're not gonna make me feel bad.
You have to cut this off because
no, I'm not. I'm not gonna cut it off. You want to know why?
It's kink
shaming. I didn't say it was gross for them. What I said is for me.
It's like it's licking out of a toilet.
To me it is. I don't want to have sex with somebody and kiss them on their mouth when they stick their tongue in my anal canal. That's my personal preference, period. I know it's a lot of shit going on out here that people are doing that is not going to work for me. And it's probably a lot of, I'm sure that there are women like, why are you on a podcast talking about how you are going to buy different size penises to practice on?
Yeah, grow up, you nasty.
I get it. Right. So they probably are like, that's not for me either. All I'm saying is not for me, for me, for me. Everybody else, they can do whatever they want. But
I think we should listen to it over because we might. Anyway, I would like to apologize on my behalf. You can double down on yours and then catch the flack for it. But I want to apologize.
I want to read what people said. Where's this at? What's a lot? Tell me a lot. Who's a lot?
Who's a lot?
What is a lot? You said a lot of people.
One person.
Send it to me.
Whose opinion
I'll be happy to clarify and say this. I'm speaking on for myself.
Yeah, that's what I think we should do.
For me, I'm not trying to kink
shame. Have you been following this Balenciaga?
Yeah, we talked about that today.
What did they say?
They're trying to act like they. First of all, I work at an ad agency. They're trying to sue the production company. First of all, you had to sign off on what the production company presented to you. Speaking of that, I have to go because my first day back at work is tomorrow. I have to read. Let me see how many emails I have. Oh my God. Do you see this?
That ain't right.
I'm hoping that half of this is just feedback is outstanding. Look at this. Who is the Anjali? Child, this finna be a mess. All right. Am I editing this?
I will get back in the game next week, but I cannot. My apologies.
All right. Well, I need you to send all of this to me right now because I need to do it tonight because Lord knows what's going to happen tomorrow.
Oh, I was recording that too.
Heartbeat Party, December 1st. Should I go to my company's holiday party? I really should. That's how people get promotions when they rub shoulders and shit. I don't feel like all that. December 1st. That's like this week, huh?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, I can't go.
Thursday?
That's Thursday. We got to record. Oh, I do have to say I have somewhere to be the 8th. I can't record the 8th. That's that gala, I think. Did I make that up? Wait. I think it is. I can't record the 8th. Oh my God. Remember the girl who was like, I ain't had no sex and was running around the church?
Yeah, she got
married.
Oh. Where do you see that? I really want to look at that.
Now.
Where is she? Yo, she's having it now.
Oh, wrong one.
Look at her. Little freak nasty.
See, you can't be calling people freaks. You wrong. I think they were talking about you. They weren't talking about me.
No, you were the one that said the toilet.
That's what made him mad? That's what put him over the edge?
Yeah.
All right, well. In my mind, there isn't much of a difference. Oh. Dose of black joy.
People are nuts. All right, let me send this to you. Can you take this recording off? Because are we done? Is this still recording? Can you stop?
Oh yeah, sorry. 9. And we are back. As promised, we have our special guest, the OG of Black women entrepreneurs, the God. She did that in her shoes, Miss Renae Bluitt.
Hey, ladies. How are you?
Hello. We are great now. We've been working on this, and I want to apologize for having to cancel. There's a lot going on. But thank you so
had
much.
A lot going on, and I'm so happy that your mom is better and, you know, getting back to 100%. So all of that is way more important than having me on the show, but I'm glad you were able to squeeze me on.
Thank you so much. So much for being here. And we were on your lovely podcast.
Yes, thank you,
and
for having us. Yes.
Matter of fact, let's make sure that we link that in the description as well. But folks, if you are not hip to Miss Renae, I'm going to do my best. I fumble.
Very few people who aren't.
Yes. So I feel like they would be hip. But if you're not, I'm going to do my best not to fumble this bio because I struggle now. But I have that you are originally from Indiana.
Yes, ma'am.
That you are, you definitely, though, claim Brooklyn. You are Brooklynite at this point.
Brooklyn is home. Brooklyn is home.
Okay. Brooklyn is home. Background is Trini, right?
Yes.
Beautiful Trini.
My mom
yes.
Trinidad.
You are a digital content creator. I also want to add storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
You are a branding expert, an advocate for Black women and their accurate representation in the media. And I feel that your mission and vision, what I gathered from your website and took and wrote here. And you said, because I love this, because we've been talking about mission and vision a lot, and we are having our existential crises trying to figure out what ours are, personally and professionally. And you said, I've been committed to telling women's authentic stories throughout my entire career, from PR and marketing to blogging and now filmmaking. Everyone has a story that deserves to be told.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And I just read that and thought, I know a lot of people who wake up and they want to be entrepreneurs, and you are an entrepreneur yourself. But they usually want the limelight. They're usually like, I want to be out in the forefront. I want this business, that business. And you took it upon yourself to say, I want to uplift Black women in this space. I want to advocate for them. I want to make sure that they have funding. I want to make sure their stories are told. And I want to highlight the very realistic journeys to success.
Keyword,
and I just realistic. And I just thought that is so dope. I wouldn't even have thought that there was an avenue to build a career off of that. But obviously there is. And you're doing that.
Yeah, when I got into it, I did not look at it as a career, to be honest. So you mentioned my PR background. I used to do PR in the agency setting, which, you know, is grueling on the corporate side. And it really wasn't until like 2009 when I decided that I wanted to launch the blog. And that was simply because I was still relatively new to New York, kind of, but I was seeing so many women here building these businesses, building their brands, being the face of their businesses in a way that I didn't experience growing up. And I created the blog to kind of shine a light on what I wish I saw more of as a little brown girl growing up in Indiana.
The blog In Her Shoes.
Yes,
right?
In Her Shoes. And so when I created the blog, it kind of just opened the door for live events. And then I did a photography exhibition where I went around town with a friend, Alzo Slade, and we photographed 25 Black women in their spaces where they create their magic. And then after that, I was like, what do I do next? How do I top this? You know, New York is very competitive and we see so much, you know, things get old here quick. And so I was like, I can't just, you know, keep doing panels because I was personally getting tired of those. I decided I wanted to produce a film, and just being in New York and just being 1 degree of separation from just so many talented people, you know, telling stories through film. It didn't feel like, it didn't feel out of reach for me for whatever reason. And I just felt like if I've been telling stories through my blog, PR is also storytelling, why can't I produce a film? And so I just put together a team and did that. But literally, when I started the blog, it was just something I was doing. You know, there weren't influencers back then. People weren't getting these huge checks for letting you into their lives and creating content.
Right.
I did it just because I was very passionate about telling our stories. And, you know, after doing PR and all these professional settings and corporate settings, I was like, what if I applied my storytelling back to the women in our community? You know, the women who just don't have a platform, because the times were just so different back then. Like right now you could, you know, Google Boss Babe, like it's very on trend to be talking about entrepreneurship specifically for women. But back then it wasn't popular. And I really feel like there was a void that I needed to fill. So the career piece kind of happened organically, but it wasn't planned.
I love that. You brought up the film, right? She did that. And that, we're going to get into that, but I think, and you also brought up the blog. So maybe we should talk about the journey, right? Because what the blog started when, in 2009?
2009, yep.
2009, the blog started.
OGs of,
yes,
I guess, yeah, you had a different angle in that you have beautiful hair, and aesthetically a lot of people are attracted to your hair, and you kind of followed, you know, and interviewed a lot of the natural hair bloggers, and I remember seeing you at a lot of the events. But it is so interesting that you did take that angle of business, which is such a niche, because I don't, like, just like you said, I don't even think any of the hair bloggers at that time knew the business that was laying dormant in us just sharing our stories. And for you to like capture that and ride that and be like, know that there was something there, I think is really insightful and highly creative. I know for you, or when I watch you, you know, you're very meticulous, you're very methodical in a lot of ways, but you're also like this creative beast. And it's so exciting that you got to share that. And she did that in the movie, because that is a huge creative venture. When you say you got a team together.
Girl, you didn't even talk about the journey yet. You just skipped.
Oh, sorry.
It's a lot. I know, because it's a lot.
It's just a lot. It's just the blog
because when you start with the blog, right? I feel you, Shanti, you hit the nose on, like, it was so polished. Like everybody else was kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stuck. But yours always looked like a beautiful deck almost. Like you could see the PR background of like, oh no, this is no joke. And I feel that Lovey did one of your websites, right?
She did. She actually designed In Her Shoes 2.0. So it's interesting when you think about, you know, when you cross paths with someone, you just never know what the future may hold.
And what skill sets everybody has. And at that point, everybody's giving their skill sets to these other companies to make a way for themselves. And then when they decided to hone in on it for themselves, they just took off. Yeah. So you have this blog, you're highlighting these businesses. Businesses are benefiting directly as a result of your work. This is leading to panels. This is leading to interviews. This is leading to you just blowing up in a particular kind of way. And then you have this photo exhibition, right? And then you're like, oh, how do I top that? And you say it like, oh, I decided to produce a film. Producing a film, even the idea of putting a team together to have no, because the way you're saying it, you're like, oh, I just got a really good team. It's like, no, putting the right people around you and then actually producing, like, what are we're talking about getting funded. We're talking about storyboarding the film. We're talking about selecting the folks that you're going to follow, locations, set, like, not costume, but like wardrobe, hair, makeup, lighting. And those women look good. Like, you know how sometimes we have tricky lighting.
Yeah, no, they really look important to me. As a brown skinned woman, I was like, what we're not going to do is skimp on lighting. And even when we produced the film, to be honest, I approached it from a PR perspective. Like I kind of was looking at it like but like a project. And, I was able to get brand partners because of my experience, with brands, relationships with brands and all of that. So when I sold the partnership into them, I said, okay, so we'll produce this film and we'll get a brand to sponsor a tour. And similar to the way, like I would do tours for my clients, like my hair care clients, I was like, we'll just do screenings around the country and have these intimate conversations with founders and entrepreneurs and creatives in each city. And we'll watch the film and we'll go home. And, I didn't even think of, I don't think I knew this impact that film would have.
And so Netflix wasn't, because for all of you guys that do not know, this film was then placed on Netflix.
It was placed on other streaming platforms as well first.
Yes. So what people don't know, because the film landed on Netflix in 2020, which I could not have thought of a better time for anyone's new film to be on the biggest streaming platform in the world, during lockdown. But the film we started filming in 2016. It was done in 2018. It premiered at Essence Festival. Did some of those like local market screenings that I told you about. In South Carolina, an older sister, she had to be somewhere in her mid 60s, maybe early 70s. She got up, after the film screened, we did Q&A. She got up, she gave us, compliments, and she was like, so are you just going to be like doing tours? Like, this is what you're doing? Like, where's the film going to live? And I hadn't even really thought about that. I just thought I would just be, bopping around from city to city. And she's like, where's it going to live? Like, I want to see it again. I want to share it with my niece. I want to share it with, my friends. And so she really planted the seed in my mind in a very loving way. But like, basically she was telling me, you need to think bigger. Like, you've created something really special here. I'm going to need you to think bigger. And quite honestly, me traveling around the country, doing all these screenings, maybe sharing it with, 100 to 300 people each time, that wasn't even sustainable. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, after maybe the 10th screening, I was also getting like, okay, yeah, this has to live somewhere so that I don't have to physically be traveling and, hosting screening events for people to see it. So, Black women, we look out for each other. I ended up on a call with someone who already had a film on Netflix, and she told me her process, and she just shared with me the different ways that you could find a home for your film. And she put me on to the distribution agency that I sent it to. And literally like 6 months later, they reached out and said, we love your film. We'd love to help you distribute it far and wide. But I just want people to be clear on the timeline, because people who don't know are like, oh, this, she just did this film and it popped up on Netflix. No, like, it released in 2018 and it wasn't until 2 years later that it landed on Netflix. So if any of the Around the Way Curls community is into filmmaking and, wants to go this route, know that it takes time. And I think it's best when you create something with a genuine passion for it, as opposed to saying, I'm creating this for Netflix. You just create a high quality film that could live anywhere if the opportunity came up,
That makes sense. The PR background is something, because even in our conversations, because you've been a supporter of Around the Way Curls, and you've seen us as little pups coming up, trying to come up. And so
we have come up. Stop.
We've come up. But I mean, it gives you, it's a tool, and it's a really special one.
Oh my goodness.
Because the way that you, even when you're speaking about your projects, when you're even when you've spoken to me about the possibilities of Around the Way Curls, when we were on your show and you're like, wait, you don't have sponsorships? You don't have a producer? Like, what's happening? I don't understand. that isn't even something that we've considered. But I feel like because you have this background and you know how to network, you know how to package your art, your story, and you're clear about your value, that you can step into a room and ask for what you need. And that is probably the thing that Shanti and I struggle with the most. And so I'm sure other folks do as well. So
Yeah.
what's advice? What are some tools? What are some tips that you, if you want to be generous, that you can provide the Around the Way Curls community? Because this translates to every aspect
And
of
have
life.
you always been that way? Or is it something that you've had to develop?
So what I'll say is I was doing PR for quite some time before I even started the blog. So I think the way that my mind works when I think about a product, and I'm just going to use that as a loose term, whether it's an actual product, whether it's a film, a blog, a podcast, I think the way that I approach it is from that PR perspective. And I'm trying to think of like what tips I could give someone who isn't in that space and who doesn't have that training. Well, one, I would start with this. No matter how big your audience is, you know, because I started with a blog that probably had 5 readers like everyone else's, you know, but no matter how big your audience is for what you're creating, always do it at the highest level of excellence that you can with your budget and within your means. I think that sometimes, especially now with, you know, social media and people being so big on like their number of followers, people get caught up in those numbers, but you only need one person to open a door for you, or you only need one person who could speak your name in a room that you're not sitting in. And I think if we look at everything we're creating through that lens, as opposed to thinking, well, when I get bigger, I'll step it up. No, step it up now.
Yeah.
Because you just never know who's watching. And I think that is probably something that I took very seriously coming from a PR background, but then also being a Virgo, you know, gets a little, as you always say, tricky. So, I would say that, like, just make sure you are doing it at the highest level. Because, for example, with my documentary, even though it took that older sister to kind of like plant the seed in my mind of like, this has to live somewhere. You just can't be traveling the country doing screenings. When we were setting up these interviews, like I didn't even know a lot about cameras, lighting, but I knew it had to be top notch. And I didn't know that Netflix was in the future, but I knew it had to look incredible. And so just thinking in that way, because what if I did have this opportunity to partner with this distribution agency and they were like, love the stories, hate the lighting, hate the quality of the sound, hate the editing. You know, those are all obstacles that we could have faced if I would have cut corners in those areas. So just no matter how large your audience is, just always operate from a place of excellence. And again, you know, based on what you can afford, what your budget will allow you to do.
That's great advice. You're right. I didn't even think about that. You're right. It had to be, I didn't even consider that was probably very attractive to a Netflix. The fact that this film, we don't have to go reshoot. We don't have to go edit this better. We don't have to do X, Y, and Z. Like, this is ready.
Oh yeah. They just would have been like, no, thank you. Because you can imagine there's different ways to get on a streaming platform, but when you're going through a distribution agency, they are pitching on your behalf. So, you know, that is also interesting for someone like me who would rather be the one pitching my work, but they're pitching it. And if they were to look at that and say like, this just doesn't meet our standards, I would not have had a second chance. They were never going to say, hey, if you go back and film some of these interviews and, you know, polish this here and, you know, fix this up here, come back. No, I just would have missed the entire opportunity.
So let's go back a little bit. Oh, wait, Shanti, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I think as a business owner with the Round the Way Curls, with all of the things, just my own personal relationship.
Name the other business.
With the Sable Collective. My relationship with resources feels so scarce, right? And from the jump, I mean, I don't know how deep your pockets or anything, but everything that you do feels so abundant, for a lack of a better word. It feels like you make it happen. So what's like your emotional relationship with scarcity and resources? Like, is it like, oh, I'm gonna go find this person? I think now you're probably in such a practice that it's just alchemy for you. But what do you say for people that feel like, yeah, I don't have those resources to make it look very good, you know?
So what I will say is the budget for She Did That was small. Like, especially when you think about other films on Netflix, what I will say to anyone listening, if you have something that you want to create, find your community, find your tribe. Like, I really tapped into people who truly believed in the work I was doing. And so I was able to bring them onto the project, not really paying them their industry rate, but tapping into their expertise solely based off the fact that they believed in these stories. And then they also believed in me. So find the people who believe in the work you're doing, find the people who believe in you, and you will be surprised at what you could accomplish with a very small budget.
And that budget, you had sponsors, and then you even I did see, I remember watching an interview with you and you saying that you were having heart palpitations when you did the GoFundMe because the money ended up running out, and then through the GoFundMe another sponsor came and was like, oh, we got you, no problem. But even the skill of like, that boggles my mind of like, how do I go to someone and say, hi, I have this idea and you should give me your money so that I can do X, Y, and Z with it. Thank you. Like, what?
The kid's like, grow up. I need to grow up. We're like, wait, what?
Seriously, like it is amazing. It's like a superpower, Renae. I'm so serious.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can only attribute it to my PR experience. Like, I didn't grow up even in a home where money was a conversation at the dinner table. Like a lot of us in our community, our parents weren't talking to us about money, so it just really comes from that PR background. And as much,
and you know that money's out there.
So that's what I do know. So I think that when I met you all through Around the Way Curls, I was doing PR for a hair care brand, Eden Body Works.
Yes.
I was in on the early conversations with influencers. I would identify, women who, like you said, had great hair, would be able to use the product and share it on their platforms. And that was a while ago. So the budgets have increased like significantly since then. But I had an early look at how much brands were going to pay people to tell their brand story. And then, I just started kind of applying it to my work. I knew that brands wanted to tap into Black women entrepreneurs. And I knew that I had access to these women. And I knew that I had something that had not been done yet. And so that's another thing I would share with your listeners. Really think about what voids can you fill? What is out there, or what do you want to see out there that doesn't exist? And how can you create it?
Got it. It's funny. One of my other good girlfriends who is in the same space is Renae. What's her name? Askew. Nobody knows that. But Renae Daniela, owned by Femme, and another PR person.
Oh, she was in PR.
Of course. So that's why she's able to be like, oh, I'm going to furnish my house through brand deals. Yes. And I'm like, that is brilliant.
Yes.
So we got to get on it. We got to take a class, Shanti. So Black women entrepreneurs. Why Black women entrepreneurs? Because your father was the entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, my father is an entrepreneur. My grandfather was an entrepreneur. My uncle. So that, even though it wasn't the women in my family, the idea of not working for someone and creating your own opportunities was normalized for me.
Okay.
And it's funny, when I graduated from college, my dad told me early, because, I was wanting to work in an ad agency and, just apply my creativity and skills there. And he told me early, he was like, "You're my daughter." He was like, "You're not going to be happy until you're doing your own thing." And I was so young, I kind of thought he was just hating. Actually, he wanted me to take over the family business and be in the family business, which I had zero interest in. But when he said that, I kind of brushed it off. But it really wasn't until, I kept getting these jobs that I didn't love, or I would love it for a certain amount of time, and I'd be ready to do something different. I realized, like, maybe I do need to try, this entrepreneurship thing. And being in New York, it also feels very normal. And I don't know about, you all, but like, when I first moved here, most of my friends were creatives. Like, when I was going to a 9-to-5, like, it was rare. Most of my friends were, doing their own thing. And here I was, going to Midtown to go to Lifetime Television. So I think New York City also helped me to see the possibilities in that way too.
Got it. But Black women specifically, you chose to amplify those voices. Why?
Why not?
I know that's right.
I felt like, because I guess I was really into business stories. Like, I would thumb through Black Enterprise when I was in college, and I just didn't see enough of us. And when I moved to New York, like I said, I saw so many dope women running businesses. I mean, this is when I first moved here, like Lisa Price with Carol's Daughter had her store on DeKalb. And I just saw all of that happening in my community. And I really felt like, wow, when I was growing up in Indiana, Illinois, I didn't have access to stuff like this. More people need to know what Black women are doing and how we're doing it. I was, even doing PR, I got another kind of like insider look at just the limited resources that these women had, but like the magic that they were creating. And that was just so fascinating to me, how what I always say is we're always turning water into wine. And
yeah, because there's a funding gap.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so the funding gap is huge, and I don't even want to share the numbers because I'm personally tired of sharing the numbers. And so what I actually want to do with my work is like, okay, we know there's a funding gap, but let's focus on where there's abundance with Black women. We will never be limited on our creativity, our innovation, our passion, the way that we, like our grandmothers did. We could take something very small and make it look extravagant. Like Shanti said that, when I guess you see my work, you feel an abundance there. But quietly behind the scenes, a lot of this is being done on a smaller budget, especially when I start to compare it to what bigger brands are doing. Because now, of course, post George Floyd, every corporate entity, every organization wants to say that they're, supporting Black businesses, and they have way larger budgets than what I have. But what they don't have is, the authentic relationships, the longevity in the space, the trust. Whenever I present an opportunity to someone or there's a chance to partner, they know that I'm not doing this for optics. I was doing it long before it was a trend, and will continue to do so.
Yeah, you can feel that easily.
Yeah.
Do you? I can keep going, Shak. Do you have anything?
No, keep going.
Okay, I have a question. How can we, if you could offer any advice, how can we support? Because it's always like, support Black business, and sometimes you ain't got no money. Right. So how can we support Black business outside of the obvious purchase from them.
Yeah.
Maybe share their information. But like, are there other ways in which we can?
So there are ways. And I think that, yes, if you don't have the budget to go shopping, even think about the everyday things that you use. Like this lipstick I have on is by the Lip Bar. If you're a woman, you're going to be buying lipstick at some point. So start there. Like, just be very intentional about, if you're buying something, think about, does a Black woman create this somewhere? And if you don't know, Google it, look it up. There's so many different places now that have those resources. But then also, it could be as simple as talking about that woman's brand. All of us have access now to a large number of people right at our fingertips through social media. So even if you haven't, for example, tried, I don't know, a lotion by a Black woman, share it, or maybe like if you're in conversation with someone and they're looking for something, make that recommendation. If you have experienced that product or that brand, write a review, like share it on your social, talk to people about it. And outside of the holiday season, I think that we all get really loud and proud around Black Friday and buying Black during the holidays, but these women are running businesses like Shanti all year round. We need your support 365, not just, during Black History Month or during the holidays when it's like the cool thing to say or do. All year round, these women need you to support their businesses.
Heard that. For folks who, I'm thinking about your journey, and you would never know it talking to you, but I'm sure that there were like the moment where you had to stop production on the film, right? You have to stop. Money ran out. Whoop. Halt. That I'm sure there has to be moments that this feels daunting.
Absolutely.
How do you maintain that abundance? How do you stay faithful? How do you stay present, motivated, activated in that mission statement, in that purpose? Like 10 toes down, faithful.
There have been some sleepless nights, especially when I was producing the film and, not being a filmmaker. I mean, when I look back on the brand partnerships, and I may as well just put partnerships in quotes, because speaking of like knowing what you're worth, I did not know that this film was going to be on Netflix when I was reaching out to these brands about partnering with me to produce it. So when I look at like the amount that I was asking for, it just was not enough. And I found that out quickly when we ran through the budget. And that is when I was like, okay, you have these women like Lisa Price on board. You have already started filming. You have already, you have Essence on board as a media partner. You have General Motors on board. Girl, you got to finish this. Like, how are you going to finish this? And it's not like I come from a family where I could just ask, somebody in the family to write like a $100,000 check. Like, I was literally laying in my bed, just looking at the ceiling at night, like, girl, what are you doing right now? And so that is when I decided to do the GoFundMe, which, it wasn't a fail because it led to, a bigger partnership opportunity, but there were a lot of learnings there too. Like, you cannot be afraid to ask for help when you're doing a crowdsourcing campaign. You really have to be comfortable talking about it several times a day. Like, you need a campaign manager because that's a job within itself. And I didn't know that when I got into it. But every time I felt like, giving up wasn't an option for the film. Like, if I had to go work at Target to get this done, I would have. But every time I hit a wall like that, I had what I call winks from God. And the biggest wink from God was that person reaching out to me the very first day I shared the GoFundMe saying, I didn't know you all were still in production. I have a client who literally wants to do something with a women's empowerment platform. Let's talk. And that check, which was, you know, a very healthy check, got us to the finish line of that project. Even with the Holiday Bazaar, which we haven't started talking about yet, but
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
you know, the way that people make commitments to do things outside of their home now looks different than it did when we started producing this event. So, people are taking their time buying these tickets. And there have been moments during this planning process where I'm like, should I have done this in my living room? Like, how many people are like delaying their ticket process? So people are actually like really coming in with their ticket sales now and purchases now. But when I announced it, it was just slow moving, but the world has changed. And even I wait a while before I commit to something, because quite honestly, I don't know how I'm going to feel the day that it comes up. So there's just, as the world has changed and as we've changed the way we socialize, it also has made me kind of rethink and reimagine how I market my events and how I do things. So right now, I think a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of kind of fear and concern, especially when you're doing things that require people to come out, you know, in larger numbers. So I lean into the signs and the reminders that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like even this morning, you know, like when I listened to your episode with Black and you talked about, you know, you briefly talked about me being on the show and all the kind words that you said. I woke up this morning feeling low, you know, feeling like my to-do list is, you know, 100 days long and I really only have a week to accomplish it. Feeling like I need a vacation, but just those words really lifted me up. So those are the things that keep me going, honestly. My friends and my community that just really remind me how important this work is.
community. Let's talk about the Holiday Bazaar, because everybody, you should come through, because Shanti will be working, honey. Come and buy the things.
This will be the third Holiday Bazaar that I have participated in.
Yes.
And folks, when they came, they showed out. You set such a beautiful, beautiful setting for all of the vendors. Just even the time that you take ahead before the guests come in, just you like calming us, thanking us, creating a space where we feel celebrated. Like you are about that life. And I've done so many vending events before, and child, that is not the MO of the host by any means. And it just kind of like sets the tone for the event. As a vendor, as the guests come in, they feel that energy. So it's a lot of fun. Everybody shows up, shows out. They look good. You feel good. Your taste is impeccable. And I think that is, again, connected to creativity in a way that I really want to give you your flowers. Like the logistics is one thing. Everything's on time, everything's set, things aren't raggedy, you have wonderful sponsorships like that. That's one thing. But the fact, the way the thing's set, the vendors that you select, the wine that you choose, it's like your taste level is
Shanti,
high.
what is it? What are we talking about? What is
the Holiday Bazaar?
But what is it? What can people expect?
The Holiday Bazaar. You go ahead, Renae. You tell people. Your event. I'm just explaining. This is what on my end as a vendor what I experienced.
I know that's. I just want people to know. Like, okay.
So the Holiday Bazaar, it really is. Every year, I didn't do it this year because sis was tired. But every year, I publish a gift guide of 75 Black women-owned brands to shop during the holidays and all year round. The Holiday Bazaar is an event that happens every year in New York City, very first Saturday in December. And it is essentially me bringing that gift guide to life. And Shanti, you hit the nail on the head. I am very particular about the selection and the curation of brands that I invite to be a part of this event. It's interesting because it's kind of like not Oprah's favorite things, but like Renee's favorite things. Like there is not one brand that is featured at that event that I wouldn't shop personally. And I like to make sure that, you know, we don't have 15 jewelry brands. There is a wide array of, you know, just categories being represented. And I want to make sure that the women who participate in this holiday bazaar, like I pour a lot of love and intention into the production of it. And it's important to me that they pour just as much, if not more love and intention into what they're creating and what they're offering our guests. And, you know, there are a lot of pop-ups that happen, but I do believe that what I've created and what we've created is special because of that love and intention that we put into it. You know, it's not, I mean, the criteria is not as simple as if you're a Black woman-owned business, like come one, come all. Like, no, I am scouring your social media. I am Googling, I am looking at your website. Like I need to just to make sure that the quality is there, you know, because if I am inviting people out to shop these brands, there's a level of trust there. And I want people to know that what they're buying is like of quality and what they're buying is special. Like it's not something you're going to find on Amazon or just anywhere. Like, you know, even when I think about, you know, the Sable Collective, the way that you identify like which brands you're going to have there, like there's a lot of thought and intention put into that. And so I think that, I know that that is what makes the holiday bazaar more than just a shopping event. It's a whole experience.
It definitely, as someone who is not vending, as someone who has just come and enjoyed myself, it really is like there's a DJ, there's drinks,
it's a
like
vibe.
people get dressed. I'm like, oh, there's some cuties in there. I'm like, oh, wait, wasn't there? Oh my God, that was that one year we were like, who is that man? And then remember he kept talking to
I
me.
know exactly who you're talking about.
Renae was like, no, he's not. He was spoken for.
You were inquiring for, but I do remember the inquiry for sure.
No, we wouldn't know if it was for you, girl. We were like, oh, get it. Anyway.
No. That is like my brother. So.
Oh, well, it's a vibe. And I want everybody to know that it is December 3rd at the Mezzanine here in New York from 12 to 6 p.m. And it sounds like there are still some tickets available. So get your tickets now. Shanti and I will be in there. I think Bridget and Mandy, I was on See the Thing Is today and I let them know. So I think they're going to come through because they're like, oh, we all got to get a drink afterwards. So it'll be fun. It'll be a great time. I can't wait.
And it's drink there. We have B. Stuyvesant Champagne doing tastings. We have the Guilty Club wine tastings. Cadillac is a brand partner this year. And so they're going to have this chocolatier there doing chocolate demonstrations. There will be a gift bag. We have DJ Ty Alexander coming in from Baltimore. My goal is to elevate the experience every year. So I'm really happy about, you know, just the different add-ons for this year's event. Like I said, it's more than
I'm excited
coming in to shop.
Me too. That is the way that sounds like a club. I can't wait.
You better come dressed, Antoinette.
I know I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I got a sweatsuit on right now. What I'm gonna do? Shall we reel it in?
So
let me reel it in a little bit.
Picture on yourself.
Shall my husband might be there. Let me reel it in. Well, Renae, I do. We are going to do rapid fire questions with you. But I do, lastly, I would like to add, unless Shanti, you have anything else? Anything else?
I do not.
What advice would you give yourself who, in 2009, when you sat down to start that blog, what do you now know that you wish, or not even wish, that you would offer your 2009 self?
That's
a hard question.
An incredible question. You know what I would tell myself? Because back then, as we mentioned, I just feel like I just did the P thing that one of your listeners did.
I love it.
Let me watch.
I love it because it was
What I tell
preposterous.
myself now, well, then and now is it is so for 2009, it would be like it is okay to be on a different path. Because back then, all of the bloggers that were getting bags and getting opportunities were fashion bloggers, beauty bloggers, gossip was big. And, outside of the gossip, like fashion and beauty, like those were my things. But something in my spirit was telling me to go this way when everyone was this way. So honor that voice. Even if in the moment it doesn't feel cool, it's not popping, there were
or lucrative
where I was not getting the love, if you will, that other bloggers were getting. But I'm proud and happy that I stayed the course and that I didn't try to like do what everyone else is doing just for the sake of being relevant.
Yes.
I love that. I love
good.
that. Authenticity is the thing.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Are you ready for rapid fire questions?
I'm scared, but I'm ready.
No, don't be scared now. Shanti, do you want to ask them? I feel like you asked them better than me. Do you have them pulled up?
Where they at? Let me pull it up.
Oh,
God.
They're in the tribe. Just type in Palestine and it'll show up in the search. I feel like you've heard. Did we ask the same rapid fire questions to everybody? We need to update them. They're a little old.
All right.
You got it? What are the rules?
You ready?
I'm ready.
What are the
You
rules?
have 3 seconds to answer these questions with no questions towards us or any need to explain yourself, okay? Just answer the question, all right? Malcolm or Martin?
Malcolm.
Generational wealth or familial happiness?
Familial happiness.
Jay or Nas?
Nas.
Mac or Sephora?
Mac.
Palestine or Israel?
Palestine.
In the light or in the dark?
In the light.
Prince or Michael?
Michael.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Marriage or long-term commitment?
Long-term commitment.
Trader Joe's or Whole Foods?
Trader Joe's.
Voodoo or brown sugar?
Whew. Brown sugar.
Family or career?
Family.
A seat at the table or lemonade?
A seat at the table.
Evolution or creationism?
Creationism.
Nicki or Cardi?
Cardi.
Jollof or rice and peas?
Rice and peas.
Missionary or doggy style?
Doggy style. No.
Oh,
Missionary. I like
protection or pull-out prayer?
protection.
Is it Uchi Wally Wally or is it one mic?
One mic.
Lisa Bonet or Nia Long?
Nia Long.
Make your man a plate or get his own?
Make your man a plate.
Knuck if you buck or Annie up?
Annie up.
9/11, inside job or terrorist attack?
Terrorist attack.
Rihanna or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Read the book or watch the movie?
Watch the movie.
Sundress or sweatpants?
Sweatpants.
Flats or drums?
Ooh, drums.
Travel back in time or travel forward in time?
Travel forward in time.
Buy stocks or buy flights?
Buy stocks.
Prove your point or pray for peace?
Pray for peace.
Love and light or money and dicks?
Well, since duality is the thing, why can't we have both?
I know that. We'll let you do it. We'll let you do it. Let her do it. This is the only person I was like, that's okay. PR, baby. Renae, thank you so much, and congratulations.
We're going to see you in a couple days.
Yeah,
we
finna see you.
wonderful.
Yes.
It's going to be fabulous, as my
Can you
godmama
please
would
tell
say.
the people where they can find you, how they can support you, and all
How
the
they can
things.
get tickets to the
Yes.
holiday bazaar as well.
It's going to be in the description.
So first and foremost, I want the entire Around the Way Curls community to come out, support Shanti, support, Disabled Collective, and all these dope Black women-owned brands. There are going to be over 43 brands there. So if you want to buy tickets, they're still available. She did that holiday, nyc.eventbrite.com. And hopefully you guys will share the link in your episode description. And if you want to follow me and just learn more about, my journey, I am Renae Bluitt, RenaeBluitt on social. And if you want to follow the podcast, it's She Did That Podcast. And the film is She Did That Film.
We didn't even scratch the surface of the podcast. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
It's hard. You got a lot going on.
Multimedia.
Yes, we will make sure that all of the things are linked in the description. And I can't wait to see what's in store. I know that it's going to be incredible. So
I know.
You're a dope
Virgo.
soul,
You just
Renae.
keep going and going. I wonder
Can't help it.
you know your other placements?
I knew you.
No, I don't.
You don't?
Don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if you have Capricorn too. Just a beast.
I would not be surprised either. I have Capricorns in my life, and I look and I'm like, there's a lot of similarities, but like you wearing me out.
Yes.
But I guess people out too. So thank you so much for having me. This was
See you soon.
All right. And with that, we are out. Yay!
that rapid fire.
Thank you so much.
You're sweating. I was like, ooh.
Oh no!
I said Renae. Doggy style. Oh.
That's another one I should have been like, duality is a thing. Let me get both.
Girl, that's true. I have a fight for that more than love and light, money and dicks, actually.
Yes, we can have it all. There's no limitations. There's abundance.
We can have it all. Hear that, Shanti? It is possible.
It is.
Wow.
It is. I believe it.
One day. All right. Well, yeah. Can you, if you could, so the way this works, this crazy thing is you can hit leave, but wait, actually, you can hit leave, but if you can keep the browser open, so the video will finish uploading, that'll be super helpful. And then if you can send us like your fly pictures, so we can use that to promote. I'm gonna make sure that we post about the holiday bazaar too.
Okay. So you just want me to send pictures of me, or do you want the flyers for the event, the artwork for the event? Excuse me.
Yeah. The artwork for the event is great, and pictures of you, both of them. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, ladies. I'll see you all.
Thank you. Have a good night. All right.
Bye.
See you.
Extra tickets for your friends or family or whatever.
No, they could pay.
But still.
Yeah.
They're gonna pay.
Shanti is.
I saw that you sent pic. I said I was spending. I'm still gonna buy a ticket, but
So funny. Okay. Well, whatever. If you change your mind, it's there for you.
okay. Thank you so
Good night,
much.
y'all.
All right.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye. I love her.
So Mandy and Bridget said they're coming?
That's what they said, but they flaky. I'm gonna text them.
Mandy
I'm gonna
is
remind
flaky,
them.
right? Bridget looks good.
Oh yeah.
She looks
She
really
just
good.
ran
27
50
miles.
miles. She better. And she engaged now. She like, I know she in there fucking like a bunny rabbit. Here for it. Oh my God. We're still recording. Ready? I'll take that out. Oh God. Okay. I'm going to hit stop.